What do you mean by woke? Thinking that you have a moral high ground and all the answers, and anyone who questions or disagrees with you is wrong. Yes, that is what woke is. Good, y'all boys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm in a little bit different setting, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in my room. Is that an upgrade? I don't know. I just want to try something a little different. Today we just finna watch a quick little video called Addressing Toxic Woke Culture. I'm Over It by Tiana Vee. I've never seen her channel before, but shout out Tiana. We finna see what she hollering about. I see a beautiful black queen, might be spitting some facts. Let's see.
Some of y'all not gonna like what I'm about to say, but somebody has to say it. In recent years, it's become the norm for everybody to be woke and know everything about everything, leaving no room for curiosity and no room for mistakes. If you make one mistake, say the wrong word, say the wrong thing, ask the wrong question, you're suddenly a menace to society who deserves disrespect and all the vitriol that the angry mob has to give. And to that, I say, hell no. I'm over it. We're tired of it. We want to speak free.
Boy, I like her already.
Freely, we want to be human. Woke culture is toxic. Another term for this is toxic social justice, TSJ for short. Don't get me wrong. Conversations of social justice are important and should be had. It's never a bad thing to be aware of the conditions and social happenings of our society and even societies that we're not a part of. How else can we make change if we're oblivious? I'm not saying these conversations and interactions should cease to exist. Rather, they need some remodeling, real bad. What makes TSJ toxic is when people degrade and disrespect anyone who doesn't agree with them and raises hell to anyone who has an opposing opinion.
That's facts. That's facts. It's very toxic because how do you have a conversation? How do you resolve conflict if you're always ready to go and just, oh, you don't believe what I believe? Fuck you, you fucking bigot, racist, sexist asshole. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like how you can't conduct like that. Imagine if the politicians, imagine if people in power, the people that make decisions, imagine if that's how they act like. If they act like kids, if they act like middle schoolers. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. And it's this type of mindset that they're fostering, that they're trying to push people into thinking is okay. That shit is not okay, bro. And it's always been there a little bit, but I feel like in recent years that bit has definitely exploded, especially like 2016 when Trump got elected.
What makes it toxic is when anyone who doesn't think like you becomes your enemy or attacker. What makes it toxic is when people who want to have a genuine conversation and offer a different perspective are silenced out of fear of being misinterpreted and labeled as something they're not. What makes it worse is that the same disgusting attitudes and behavior that these woke people claim to hate is exactly how they conduct themselves in these conversations and interactions, and they feel justified.
Every time. Rules for thee, but not for me. That's how they roll every single time, bro. Every time they call you out for doing something and they doing the same thing. Y'all ever dealt with somebody like that? I know that happens a lot in like relationships for sure. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your own parents do shit like that. Teachers. It should be crazy. Grow up, nigga, grow up!
Someone doesn't agree with them. Make it make sense. Let's not act like we don't see this all over social media, especially. I have definitely played the role of toxic social justice warrior before. Not because I actually wanted to, but because I felt pressured to. One day I realized that the opinions I held and the rhetoric that I was repeating wasn't my own. It took accountability, honesty, and quite literally God himself to make me realize that it was just making my heart harder and making me a lot more negative and honestly instilling a victim mentality within myself. And
I think I'm in love. Hey man, shout out Tiana, man.
I really think victim mentality is a big issue, but that's for another video. Let me know if you want that, okay? When it comes to this topic, some of you guys know
I want it. Like her video. I want that video.
Exactly what I'm talking about, and you feel me on another level. And some of you guys may be like, girl, what are you talking about? But whichever one you are, hear me out and consider these things that I'm about to say. With that being said, here are 4 reasons why I'm canceling toxic woke culture. Let's go. Number 1, being forced to pick a side. Life is not black and white. There are so many gray areas. Picking a side completely ignores those gray completely ignores those gray areas. Completely ignores those gray areas most of the time. Context matters and situation matters. Sometimes it may be black and white, but not all the time. And most of the time it's not, especially when it comes to social issues. And we can't force people to pick a side, and if they don't pick the side that we're on, they're our enemy. That's not true. You also have to consider that multiple things can be true at once. If people want to take from here and take from there, and consider all things. In all honesty, to be for real with y'all, I don't have to pick a side. Nobody has to pick a side. Stop forcing people to pick sides, because most of the time the intention behind that is not even pure. Some people only want you.
That's one thing that then people intentionally do to try to, like, you know, trick you. The thought police, I say, they try to trick you into thinking you're doing the right thing. Do you want to be on the right side of history or the wrong side of history? When really a lot of times there's no right or wrong side. There's just, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But they use a lot of manipulative language to try to trick you. That's how to get you, to make you think that you're being righteous. And it's very funny. It's the same tactic that white people from back then, them crackers, white people from back then, the top racist ones, the ones that were making the power moves for real, that's how they really instilled slavery to what, you know, at the level at what it became, because they convinced regular white people, common folk that weren't racist, into thinking that black people were inferior. Because the things that they would do in slavery was so inhumane, any regular person would see that and be like, yo, this is wrong. What the fuck? This is wrong. And the higher ups know that. The powers that be, they knew that. So their dilemma was, how do we trick regular people into treating other people like fucking animals? Oh yeah, let's convince them that they are animals. 3/5 of human, subhuman, beasts of the earth. And what else do people hold strongly onto? Their religion. So let's trick them into thinking that their religion, that they love so much, also says that these people are less than human. And that's how you got them. And that's how you got all these people convinced that black people were inferior type shit. And here we are today.
You to pick a side so they can know if you're their enemy.
It's just funny. Isn't it funny how the same tactics are used by different groups? Yeah.
Or not, and so they can label you and put you in a box, and that's that. They don't actually want to hear your perspective or hear your opinion or your take on things. They just want to throw stones at you as soon as you say, hey, I don't really agree with this, but let's consider this. Sometimes when people ask my opinion, or they're waiting for me or waiting for someone else or celebrity or whoever to post about a specific thing, like I said, it's not for perspective. It's to be like, oh, well, this person is that and you're that because you said that. Number 2, the pressure to always have an opinion. Y'all, sometimes some people just don't have an opinion, including me. And a lot of times people don't know enough to say anything. That's fine too. And I know people are gonna be like, well, educate yourself, educate yourself.
Serious?
Unless you're incorrect about something or you're not up to date about something, then that's when I think people should go and educate themselves before they even speak on a topic. But expecting people to know things and then use the educate yourself as a weapon, 9 times out of 10, that person isn't going to educate themselves, because it's not really a lighthearted invitation to educate yourself. It's calling you an idiot. Something that I think a lot of people, including myself,
That's another thing too, bro. A lot of these shits, these political and like controversial things that be going on, bro. A lot of times, bro, regular people, regular 9-to-5 people that work their jobs very hard, that work hard to take care of their families and feed their kids, put food on the plate, make sure there's still clothes on their back. Them regular people do not have time to be looking up a bunch of bullshit all day long, every day. I maybe shouldn't have did that. Bro, we don't have time for that, bro. We worrying about working hard and taking care of our family. Don't nobody gonna look up why the fuck Russia and Ukraine is fighting. Nobody gonna look up what the fuck who founded BLM and what they did with the money. You know what I'm saying? They just see what's on the news. They just see what's put in front of us, and that's what we gonna, you know what I'm saying? That's what they go take it for what it is, because who got time to think more deeply about that? And the powers that be, they rely on that. They rely on the fact that Americans are work mules, okay? A bunch of fucking donkeys that keep working. And I don't know if this is a for sure stat or not, but I know I've seen something like it before where it's like, or at least it was the United States compared to UK or Europe or whatever. Americans work like 10 times harder, 10 times more. You know what I'm saying? And that's how this system is fueled, by people having to work till they fucking die. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got time to worry about them other shits, bro?
We need to understand that some things just don't resonate with people. Some people just don't care enough, or they don't think that they can do anything in real time to help the situation. So why even speak on it? Why even bother? You have your own opinion about whether that's good or not, but we have to understand that some people think this way. What you're really doing when you pressure people into speaking on a topic or having an opinion or picking a side, as I said before, it promotes performative wokeness. They're just doing it to please the angry mob. They're just doing it to not be pointed out. I personally don't want people posting a black square just so they don't get called out. Like, I think that's really, it's not.
I posted that goddamn black square back then. Listen, I was a little bit of a sheep, okay? I have my own opinions, and if you go look through my previous videos and stuff, you can see where exactly my thoughts and opinions lined up. I wouldn't say that my opinions have really changed per se, but more so they just matured with as I've matured and grown type shit. And yeah.
Number 3, you have to be unproblematic 100% of the time.
Bruh.
Hello, welcome to planet Earth, the home of imperfect humans. I don't know where y'all thought this was. I don't know where y'all thought y'all was at. You will not find perfection here. Understand that, okay? Expecting people to be unproblematic all the time, 100% of the time, is setting yourself up for disappointment, first of all. And secondly, it just has a completely unrealistic expectation on people. If you think that everyone's gonna be perfect and say the right things at the right times and never be wrong or never make a mistake, you're in for a treat. Let people be human. Allow the human mind to do what the human mind does. How come this side of the group gets to speak their mind, but this side of the group has to shut up because they don't agree? That doesn't make sense, and it's not healthy. Disagreement is not always a bad thing, and it definitely doesn't give you the right to disrespect someone. When people feel that pressure to be unproblematic all the time, it forces them into groupthink. It's good to think independently.
And that's where that mob mentality comes from. You know what I'm saying?
And come up with your own opinions and your own perspective, regardless of what someone wrote in their think piece on Twitter that probably doesn't make any damn sense anyway. Think for yourself, okay? Whether you consider yourself a social justice warrior, a woke person.
Listen, I think every girl with a big forehead is beautiful. Big forehead queens, y'all winning out here.
Or someone with strong opinions and a very passionate heart. Here are some things to consider when things happen in the world, as they always do. How we can make a change in how we have discussions and interactions with each other. Listen to understand, not to respond. And even if you don't understand, at least you've gained.
Ooh, she's spitting, bro. I like this YouTuber, bro. She is spitting. She is spitting.
A new perspective. Give people the same grace that you want for yourself. Understand that every single human being is different and won't have your same exact experience or opinion, and that's okay. Having a disagreement or an opposing opinion does not make someone your enemy or violent attacker who's out to get you. Have meaningful discussions, not a battle of who can be the smartest or the most condescending or the most insulting. Trust me, we all have those days where we need to grow up, touch some grass, and calm down. Been there, done that.
Hashtag go touch grass merch.
I'm pretty sure I'll screw up again and have to do that again, as we all will. Let's learn from our mistakes and do things differently and do things with love. Be better people. I know it's not easy. It's not gonna happen overnight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, and thank you guys so much for watching.
Tiana, she's spitting. I fuck with Tiana, boy. Shout out Tiana Vee. She got 2.55K subscribers. Okay, so she's a small channel. She growing though. Like, damn, this video got 93,000 views. Shit. 93,000 views? Damn, more motherfuckers should subscribe, bro. Y'all niggas tripping, bro. Subscribe to the pretty black girl, bro. It seems like she got a good head on her shoulder to spit some real shit. Let me know if y'all want to see more from her channel. We're definitely going to dive in. And I've been wanting to like find more smaller YouTubers and really see what they talking about. So it's not just, just reacting to trending things and trying to get views and clicks. Like I want to talk about stuff that really resonate, that I already believe. And I want to challenge myself too, challenge what I believe, and also show it off to y'all. To, because you never know who's watching, you never know who's going to think about something a different type of way just off of someone else sharing their opinion. You know what I mean? Everyone has a voice for a reason. Everyone has different experiences that we could all learn from. Y'all have a good one. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Yes, sir.